guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday morning. I've been recently trying to rack my brain in terms of coming up with a new series for you guys, and what I've come up with is I'm on a lot of the Facebook groups, and often I always see the questions, people asking, help, what do I do here? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? So forth. And usually I'll jump on and send a comment back to the person and hopefully help them get through their little issue. So what I thought I'd do, each week I'll pick one question that I've seen on Facebook and do a video on about how I would go about helping fix that problem. So just this week, someone posted this comment on Facebook. Help. Sorry, I'm new to the hobby and my freshwater tank has been set up for almost a month and now I'm struggling with green algae. What should I do? So straight away they've given the one key part of the question. It's been set up for not even a month. So straight away the tank's going through its cycling process. If you've been watching the channel, you'd know the little nano tank, same thing, it's been set up for barely a month and that's also going through all the different algae. How I would break this down would be 3 different sort of sections. Being brand new, the tank going through its setup, I'd probably look at either just writing it out or start piecing together a bit of a cleanup crew. Whether you add things like some snails. In this tank behind me, I actually have 2 Chinese algae eaters and I find they do a really good job. You'll be able to see him just on the rock over here. He's sitting on that rock and he's just cleaning away at it. So I find they're really good at cleaning the windows, cleaning the glass, substrate, everything. So get a few of those, great. I think the 2 I've got in here, I did have 3, one passed away. I think I've had them for about 2.5 years and they were probably about this big and now they're quite a decent size. The next thing I would look at doing would be your lighting. You might be having your lighting on way too long, too soon in the cycling process. So essentially you're just feeding the algae. So I'd probably cut the lighting schedule into half, or maybe just for a few days do like a bit of a blackout where leave the tank with the lights off, bit of a dark room if you can, and that will usually just help slow down or kill off the algae that's growing. And the next one I'd probably look at doing would be the feeding. When it comes to brand new people joining the hobby, the number one thing is always overfeeding. They walk over the tank, all of a sudden all the fish hover around. For example, if I turn around and just sort of put my finger here, straight away they all think it's feeding time. And that's obviously because in the glass I've cut out a curve in the top and that's where the food goes through. So straight away they think it's feeding time. The other thing is if the person's got kids, so mum and dad feeds the fish tank, the kids feed the fish tank, next minute someone else is feeding them again, and then you lose track of how often the fish are being fed. So I would probably look at just, if you're doing 3 times a day, cut it back to once. In another video, I'll go through more thoroughly why you don't need to feed your fish as much as people probably do. All my tanks have different amounts of feeding, so I'll go through that in another video. But yeah, that's the 3 things I would look at if it was me. Cut my lighting down, reduce the feeding, and then get a bit of a cleanup crew, or just ride it out, because eventually it will starve off and it will die. So hopefully, that helps. Sort of, if you're experiencing the same sort of scenario, hopefully that helps you out.